You guys like tomatoes? I love tomatoes. I grow lots of varieties. In fact, this summer we've got about 8 varieties growing. I've got an Egyptian variety grown in the Nile for about 1,000 years. I've got cherry tomatoes, beefsteak, Roma. I love them. I grow grafted tomatoes, which gives me like 5/6 the production that I would normally get on a tomato. And I grow lots of basil all around the tomatoes. And then we have eggplants, make beautiful dishes. Are you guys still suffering from the tomato effect? A lot of Americans have this tomato effect kind of psychological problem. Let me talk about it. Didn't seem so apparent in England or other countries, but if you go and Google the tomato effect, there's a doctor running around today still spouting off this stuff that tomatoes are toxic. So tomatoes basically were brought by a guy called Cortez from South America. They were brought over to America. They were brought over to Europe. They were brought to many countries. We're talking like, 1500s. But from about the 16th century to the 19th century, the Americans didn't touch tomatoes because they were told they were toxic and poisonous. They were red, for God's sakes. They're going to kill you. They're just red. They're evil, wicked-looking things. Bit of religious spin came into this too. They were devil's apple, and the French called them, pomme d'amour, like apples of love. But because they were red, and they found out they belonged to the Solanaceae family, the nightshade, they were considered deadly and toxic, and no one touched them until in 1820, a American guy, I think in Boston, ate a whole plate full of them publicly and said, "See, I'm okay." And from about the 1820s on, everyone started to consume tomatoes but when people were asked why they didn't eat the tomatoes, before that, they were said, "Well, don't you know? I've been told they're poisonous, they're toxic, we shouldn't eat them. I've been told that. I've been told. I've been told. I've been told the Earth's flat. I've been told a lot of stuff, but, I'm getting sick of being told stuff, and it's just crap, so much stuff I'm told. So I don't like to be told anymore, right?" But guess what? In Europe, they started consuming tomatoes hundreds of years before the Americans did. The Italians in particular, I think in 1580 the Italians started eating tomatoes, and they became an Italian institution. Now you cannot tell me for 1 minute that lectins in tomato kill people or make them sick or toxic, because so many people have eaten so many tomatoes for so long. If we knew about a toxic lectin disease of tomatoes, we would have known about it a long time ago. So tomatoes go back to even BC, 500 BC. They've got cave drawings, they found seeds, and the history is very, very long. Many cultures have consumed many tomatoes for such a long period of time. Now they're starting to call foods like tomatoes toxic. Are you still suffering from the toxic tomato effect? Maybe you need to eat a plateful. Take care.